Al-Hilal, they've been linked with the move to Bruno. Now, I'm going to tell you something right now. This guy is shit. I'm sorry. If you're a Man United fan and you rate Bruno, I actually think you don't know ball. And I'm an American saying that. So if I'm telling you that you don't know ball, there's a problem here, right? Because everybody says I don't know ball because I'm American. So this guy is awful. Bruno Fernandes is not the guy. I don't know what you guys see in him. I know that the GA, it makes you guys lose your mind. But he is terrible. Do not look at the stat sheet. Watch the game with your eyes. He's the reason why United struggles so much. He can't hold the ball. And arguably the most important part of the field. Because you know that games are usually won in the midfield. But you have this guy spamming crosses in, making all these dumb passes, losing the ball. He can't dribble. He can't link play. All that he's good for is penalties and the odd screamer every now and then. But he's not the guy. I'm trying to tell you something right now. If I'm Manchester United, if Al-Hilal comes in with even a 40 million offer, I'm doing it. Okay, now maybe not that low. That's a bit max, right? Because I do think they'll drop a bag for him. I mean, all these Saudi clubs, they just don't seem to mind. Like, they will spend the money. So if I'm at United, you give me 80 million for Bruno, great business. The guy is 29 anyways. And at Manchester United, they need a whole rebuild. This whole team needs oh my goodness. They are in terrible state right now. I think with the new ownership group, right? Ineos, I know they hired the guy from Man City. What's his name? Omar, whatever. But he knows what to do. He's been at Man City, right? He's been a part of a team, or he's been a part of a culture that has dominated England, right? He's going to know what kind of players to bring in. He's going to know what kind of manager to look for, because I think Ten Hag needs to go. I think Bruno Fernandes needs to go. I think most of this squad that they currently have needs to go. There's only about 5 or 8 players that I would keep if I'm this new Man United regime. But yeah, Fernandes is awful. He's super overrated. It's just goals and assists. That's all that anybody can talk about. Oh, Bruno got assists. Oh, Bruno scored. But did you watch the game? Like, it's not good. But, yo, it's whatever, man. Look, I definitely think United should be looking to sell him. 80, 90 million. I think that's what Al-Hilal would actually pay for him. And guess what? He'd probably cook in Saudi, because he's going to be playing against guys that work at the grocery store or that herd sheep. I don't know, camel riders. Bruno would cook there, and he'd feel at home. I mean, there's a bunch of guys there that speak Portuguese. And if we're being honest, Al-Hilal actually have a good squad. And if they're fully fit, they might come like 5th or 6th in the Prem. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, he has a bunch of guys there that speak his language, right? Like Neymar speaks Portuguese. Ruben Neves, Malcolm, Lodi, right? Got those 4 guys right there. They also have, is it Milinkovic-Savic? Yo, he used to be at Lazio. I remember at one point in time, everybody was looking at him within a £100 million move or euro move away from Lazio, and he ended up just staying there until he went to Saudi. I mean, it's a bit odd. But Mitrovic as well from Fulham, the striker, baller. Koulibaly, I mean, kind of washed. We saw him at Chelsea. He's there as well. And then Bono, the goalkeeper that they bought from Sevilla. So Al-Hilal have a pretty decent team. Go ahead, Bruno, go to Saudi. You can bag all the GA and stat pad as much as you want there. But in the Prem, you're not of that level. People comparing this guy to Kevin De Bruyne is crazy to me. He's awful. How do you have a midfielder that can't hold the ball? That can't link play? Like, he's the reason why all these Man United fans tried to scapegoat Casemiro and call him shit. Because United would play Cas at the 6, and then you have a midfield of Bruno and Scott McTominay, right? He's playing with 2 shit guys, and both of them are just running forward. Nobody is staying back there with him. And then you have Bruno losing the ball every time he touches it, and now the counter's on. So it's one man in midfield trying to defend a whole counterattack. He literally puts Man United in bad situations all the time. Bruno Fernandes is terrible. This is facts. I don't know what to tell you guys. I would sell him immediately. How is he Man United's captain? This is the biggest club in England, Man United are one of the biggest clubs in the world. And look at all the players that they have on a pedestal. Marcus Rashford, Casemiro. No, sorry. Well, Casemiro's the baller. My fault. Marcus Rashford and Bruno Fernandes, Luke Shaw, Scott McTominay, Megan Rapinoe, Anthony. Look at all these guys. Bro, if I'm being honest, I said earlier, I'd only keep 5 or 8 players. I will name them for you right now who I'd keep. I would keep Casemiro, Varane. I'd bring back Mason Greenwood. I'd bring back Jadon Sancho. I'd keep Amad Diallo. I'd keep Dalot. I'm sure I'm missing somebody else. Oh, Kobe Mainoo, for sure. He's a baller. You got to keep him as well. That's about 7. Lissandro, but I mean, all his injuries, problems that have been popping up, maybe you get rid of him. This is the 8 right now. I'm pretty sure there's somebody else that I would keep as well. But yeah, these are the 8 guys that I would keep. I would sell everybody else, and I would bring in a bunch of new players. And I would also sack Ten Hag. He's awful as well. Man United have looked shit since he's been there. I can't think of a stretch where they've looked good. I get it. He won the Carabao Cup. Congratulations. Let's give him a round of applause. Send him back to Holland. He is awful. Ten Hag is, I'd say, out of all the Man United managers since Sir Alex Ferguson has left, he's been back the most, and he's done the least. Like, honestly, he is awful. And most of his signings have been flops. Antony, Malacia, Onana, Mason Mount. Holgen, I wouldn't say is a flop, but he's not good. He misses a bunch of chances. He's not clinical. Yeah. Man United are in trouble right now. And this new regime, they're gonna have to make a statement this summer. They're gonna have to bring in a lot of new players. They're gonna have to spend money. Man United, they generate, of all the clubs in the world, United are up there in terms of revenue. They got to be top 4, top 3 clubs in the world of how much money they make every single season. We're talking about